Welcome to Primo RV Center and a look at a customer favorite 252 RBS in Coachmen's Freedom Express series. Just a wonderful coach to tour the country. Should you want to go south in the winter and spend an extended stay, maybe a couple months, it's a wonderful unit that really allows you to live outside where most of us want to be when we are out camping, with wonderful amenities outside but then also inside. We're going to start outside here. Right up front we've got a power jack standard. We've got two 20-pound tanks under our bottle holder here that allow you to easily fill them on the road. We've got room for up to 3 batteries. We do have a standard 200-watt solar panel on the roof here. We are also ready for lithium batteries should you in the future you wish to upgrade to those, should be looking to be more off the grid in the future. We've got a wonderful stone guard here, comes up about 2 feet, and then just below that we do have the red switch here, which is a battery disconnect switch, so it allows you to kill all the power to your batteries. So if you want to make sure it's in a mode that allows you to gain that solar but without actually using any power inboard, that's the way to do it. Right next to that, you'll see a little sensor with a little node on the top. That is a TPS sensor, so basically a tire pressure monitor system. That is standard as a safety feature on all Freedom Expresses. And then we have easy access to that spare tire up front, so should you ever need it, it is there. We've got the wonderful 3/4 length cap here with 10 lights facing forward, so if you are coming in an evening or traveling into the winter when it's dark by 4 o'clock, you're going to have a lot of light here at the front for hitching and unhitching. And then you've got a direct light on that power jack that comes right down on to the tongue area where you want to have it. Around the corner here on our door side, we've got wonderful storage, so huge pass-through storage, the full 8 feet. It is lit from one end to the other. We also have a built-in Rubbermaid style table. That's another 4-foot table you can use as a prep table for your outside kitchen or for a dining table, so really your choice there. This unit is equipped with an optional power jack system, so we have a switch on the front and the back, so very easy to bring those down. You can imagine if it isn't the best weather, very quick and easy if you had to hit the road quickly. The awning here is powered, so right above them as well, and that'll run the full length, so very quick to bring that in, flip up your steps, bring up your jacks, hook on, and away you go. So within 10 minutes you can certainly be on the road if you had to. Underneath the awning we do have an LED light strip running the full length of the coach, so that is all the lighting you're going to need. And we do have a little scare light next to the door, which for most people actually ends up giving you all the light you need as well. We do have the Lippert steady steps here, so they are anchored to the ground. They will flip in the body, so you're not going to need to lubricate them in the future. They're not going to rust. They're not going to have to be replaced. So very functional feature, and they're a much bigger step, and they do have a lot of traction as well. So whether you've got little people visiting, you've got pets, very handy. We do have a grab handle here as well, and as we all get a little older, especially at night, it's nice to have something to hold on to as you go up your steps. We do have a little dog leash holder here, as well as a bottle opener right by the door, so especially about half of our owners do travel with pets. Very handy. They can obviously be leashed underneath the shade here and stay out of the hot weather. We've got a portion of our outside kitchen here right next to the door, so a great little shelf here, especially when you're cooking breakfast. You always want to have a spot to put the eggs and the pancake mix. We've got a standard suburban griddle here that's wonderful to cook your breakfast and lunches on, and then we do have LP gas hookup underneath, so you can hook right into that, and you can also hook in a barbecue if you wish to use that as well. We are going to have standard aluminum wheels. You'll see the spread axle design. That's really going to help on those highway trips when trucks are passing you and things like that, to help with that stability on the road. We always suggest a weight distribution sway control is an excellent addition between truck and trailer, but that feature built in is going to naturally give it more stability than it otherwise would have. We have our switch for the rear jacks here just below our outside kitchen, and then this is the largest outdoor kitchen that Freedom Express makes, and the wonderful feature here is it's in a 25-foot body, so it's again a wonderful place to be able to do things outside. And you can imagine if you are somebody who, perhaps one of you, does like to sleep in a little bit later, the last thing you want right outside the door inside the coach is having somebody rattling around with pots and things like that. Well, here you can do everything outside. So if you're an early riser, you can have that coffee maker in the corner. There's a plug-in for it. You've got a spice rack. You've got a place to keep your dishes. You've got a cutlery drawer built right in. So you can really do everything out here, and again, you can keep all the breakfast stuff out here as well as drinks and snacks, and then it becomes just an area where you can really live outside. So your awning goes right past the door. The door's very handy because on the road, if you just wanted to quickly stop, it'll give you some shade, it'll keep you out of any rain, but that awning coming over top of everything really is nice because it gives you a full 8 feet in depth, and then it's going to run about 16 feet, so it's quite a nice long awning here as well. We do have an option here on the rear, which is the rear ladder. We tend to bring all our Freedom Express units in with a rear ladder where it's available, and that just gives you that easy access to the roof line, so you can get up there in the fall, spring, make sure that, again, caulking and things like that we educate you on is in good shape. Or again, if you think you've brushed against something, perhaps parking in a wooded area, you can quickly check there. So we do have a window here in the back, which is very handy in the bathroom. So great way to bring in fresh air, especially if you're, creating a lot of humidity with a shower. You can quickly air that out. We do have a pre-wire on the back for our exterior camera. So if you want to have a backup camera, it is all ready for it. You've got great LED taillights here, so they're going to be very bright at night. If you have to make a panic stop or just a heartbreaking stop, people are going to see you for quite a distance. As we come around the backside here, most of our hookups are here, which is very handy, especially if you're coming in at night. We do have our 30 amp service here. I've dumbed it down to 15 amp service for today, but if you do want to use your air conditioning, ideally you want 30 amp service. Everything else you could pretty much run on that 15 to 20 amps, your standard extension cord. We do have a city water hookup here. We've got our black tank flush, which is super handy to keep your sensors clean on your monitor panel inside, so that when you go to push that button, it's actually reading accurately that yes, it's maybe 1/3 full and not 2/3 full. So very handy if you can do maybe once a month as you're traveling. When you're hooked up to sewer and you're dumping your valves, just the last thing, you can flush fresh water through the black tank flush, and it'll keep those clean for you. We've got satellite as well as cable input, and we do have an output on the door side should you want to have movie night under the stars. And then just above all of them, we have a great little feature, which is an outside shower, hot and cold water. Wonderful for washing off the feet when you come back from the beach. Should you be bringing your dog with you, springtime, especially when it's nice and muddy, it's just nice to be able to wash them off. We've got a super deep slide here, about 3.5 feet. That's our nice large dinette here. And then we've got windows that open with great breezes, nice tall windows all the way around the slide out. Something that people always tell us they appreciate. Again, if they're not always wanting to run that air conditioning on a beautiful spring day like today, it's nice to be able to open all those windows. And we do have an emergency exit window here just by our 2 chairs on the inside. And then we have another one here in our front bedroom. All those could be opened about 3 inches, so you can get some airflow there too. And they all have screens as well. As we come back to the front here, we do have our freshwater fills. So if you're keeping your coach fairly dry, and as you head to the campsite, if you're not going to have water there, typically most campgrounds will have a spot where you can fill up, and you would just pull up next to it. And with your hose, quickly fill that up here, and you're going to have almost 50 gallons of fresh water here, so lots to work with. And as we come back around, we see this massive windshield here that really makes the coach feel bigger than it is on the inside, and really takes that bedroom and brightens it right up and makes it a really wonderful spot. We invite you down to Primo RV Center to come have a much closer look at this brand new 2023 252 RBS in Coachmen's Freedom Express series.